This week on Heart of Oak.
On off.
My secret's been exposed.
I'm on it.
I feel like that's bad luck.
Hi, I'm Lizzy.
And I'm PJ.
And we're Oak Development and Design.
Just hang 1,800 pounds in the air. Hope we don't break it. We tear down and rebuild houses. High fives for taking houses down.
From spec homes to custom renovations and design. Stop, you're bad at this.
We save what we can.
Rebuild what we can't.
Not exactly sure how we're gonna pay for it yet. It's not stressful. I'm not stressed.
Whoa!
We do it all here in New England, where we call home. We don't just flip houses.
We create homes.
Heart of Oak is brought to you by
Timberland Pro. Always do, never done. Cam Appliance. Make your next appliance a Cam Appliance. Mid-Cape Home Centers. Serving building professionals for 125 years. Mountain One Bank, where banking is in our nature.
All right, so there's a lot going on here.
Yeah,
We got lawn mowing happening, first time on the sod.
yeah.
Outside's done,
It looks really good.
right?
Yeah.
Even though we're listing before we're done, we need to at least get it as far as we can.
Yeah.
So I'm here kind of getting everybody motivated to get it clean and get it ready. So Blair's gonna come in and talk to you.
About staging.
I'm too busy to deal
Okay.
with him, so he's all yours.
The one thing I do want to ask him about is doing something on the deck.
think
Whether we
that's a
do the
great idea.
gazebo or whatever it is, I think that's such a good space
We
specifically.
gotta get it done, gotta get it on the market. Well, it's on the market, sorta, but we gotta get it open to the public.
Yeah, I'm on it. This place is 3,800 square feet.
Okay,
We have 5 bedrooms
okay.
and then a full finished basement. Yeah.
And what is this?
This little shed? Isn't that so cute?
Oh my God,
Yeah.
that's amazing.
And at least it looks
Like
pretty.
it grew right
yeah.
there? Yeah, it looks like it
great.
grew right
did,
there.
It did.
So that's easy. That could be a little fun playroom for grandkids or regular, the children
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Blair and Lizzy walked through the entire house, considering each room and thinking how best to stage it to appeal to potential buyers.
So keep that.
I don't like this not being on camera.
So Lizzy, this is amazing.
And it warms it up. That's my biggest thing. Like everybody, a lot of people want a white kitchen, but
Right.
I'm really sort of all about how do you warm up the white kitchen,
Right.
Right?
All
This
right,
is there.
again, amazing piece. That's an awesome piece.
Right?
Yeah.
It's cool for
Very
this space. This is sort of what we need the space that we need to sort of, I think, wow people with as they walk in. You've got sort of like a sitting area here and
Yeah.
a dining room
Yeah.
here. I just want it to feel like clean and bright and like classic looking. I don't want it to, I don't think you would do this, but like I don't
Right.
want anything dark. I don't want anything sort of weighing the space down. You have really great windows in here.
So maybe what we'll do is put some kind of a cool farmhouse table here.
Yeah, sure.
Right, then the whole living area here, TV's gonna go on the wall
Yeah,
there.
right.
What's interesting is big as the room looks, and it's big, the second we start putting the furniture
Sure,
in,
it's gonna really start,
100%,
yeah.
All right, I'm dying to see the basement.
Okay,
Dying to
let's
see
do
what your
it.
thoughts are down there. Oh, look at this floor.
From that room over
Yeah,
is not finished.
okay.
I don't think
So
any
that's
of
the
these lights
unfinished
work.
space, okay.
I think this is all dark, but basically there's a full bathroom in there that we didn't really touch a ton.
Okay.
We did the floor tile. We're leaving the vanity and painting it, and the shower is sort of staying. So
Okay. Tons of closet space.
yeah, tons of storage down here, which is great for a basement.
An unfinished basement over
Yeah,
there.
yeah, and that's unfinished, but could be finished. I mean,
Okay.
it goes way beyond what you see right there too.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and so then you come down, and it's sort of an exact room of what's up off the kitchen.
Oh, okay, and the walkout is amazing.
Yep, and there's an outdoor shower right out there. And then you walk in here, and this is where the bunk room will be.
So twin over here and double on the bottom?
Yeah.
Are you gonna paint the walls a different color or anything? Or are
You know, we haven't decided that yet, which
Okay.
we don't necessarily have to decide too soon.
Right.
I always get worried with a home that's not sold yet to go super bold or.
So here's the thing, I already know,
Yeah.
I agree. So I get excited too when I start to see this
Right,
stuff, right? And I think,
right.
oh, let's do design.
Yeah.
But we have to remember, keep it neutral.
Yeah.
It's an unknown buyer, we have
Right.
no idea.
Right.
And whatever we're gonna choose, they're not gonna want.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So
Good.
we're on the same
Works.
page, I'm
Okay,
so
great,
excited.
great. I'm
All right,
excited too.
this is awesome, so excited to work with you guys
I'm
again.
glad that you took the time to come
I'm here.
down here
Absolutely.
with all of this noise, but
That's all
we're
right.
getting there.
But before we could even stage it, we find a buyer.
Hey, good morning.
Hey, good morning, how are you?
I'm doing good, doing good. It's Monday, Actually, it's not, it's Tuesday. It just feels like a Monday.
So we've been thrown a curveball. As you know, we listed the Osterville house a little early, thinking maybe we'd get an early buyer, and still thinking we would stage in a week or two and kind of do the whole thing for camera, but we sold it in like a week. And
Wow, you're kidding me.
the thing that's kind of throwing us for a loop here for the TV stuff is they potentially don't want the vanities, they don't want the lights, they want to pick all the paint colors and make a bunch of other small changes, which doesn't really affect us. But the problem is we're going to be left with a house that's not done, basically. So how are we?
Right, which is what we usually do. Shoot it when it's all done and pretty.
Yeah.
But, I mean, this is a reality show, right?
Well, so my first thought was, okay, let's try to figure out a way to fake it and just show the viewer it done, like put the lights up, take them down or whatever. But then the other side of me is like, why not just tell the viewer what's actually happening?
Just because we had a plan and we had all these beautiful things picked out, it doesn't mean that the buyer's going to love it.
And also, like, the benefit of this house to them was that they still had time to customize it a little bit, right?
Right, that's probably how you sold it in a week at the end of Cape Cod summer season.
Correct, which is like unreal.
Amazing.
I mean, it's a 4-month total project in a summer town where if we hadn't have closed it by the end of September, I'd be holding it until March. I met with the buyers yesterday, went over a bunch of changes, so I know what Jared and I have to do today.
All right, perfect. Good luck, guys.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Every deal is different. You just never know. And you hope for the best, but we're gambling every single time we do a project. We're gambling with real estate. Luckily, this time it went the way we wanted. It sold. We have to take some of the items out, which kind of stinks. It's pretty expensive lighting, so we'll have to eat that, but we'll just stuff it in the barn and use it for another house. We're on our way to Osterville. We're gonna meet Jared down there. Try to get a handle on like the final punch list. We've got 4 weeks till we close, 3.5, 4 weeks. So I thought we would go through room by room, talk about punch list items and then things that the buyer wants to change. Yep. They're probably gonna change that vanity, but it'll get us through inspection. Such a bummer, I love that vanity. They asked to take all the hardware off in here, so I did that yesterday. So yeah, all this goes. They don't want any of it. Lime wash needs to be done, plugs need to go in. I want to try to get them to fill this, Yeah, I noticed it on the back and front. This one. Yep. I already told them about the patches, but just make a note of it. Whose TV? It just showed up.
Was there a big game or something happening?
I have no idea.
Just looking at that aesthetically, I feel like that's bad luck. You know how the upside down horseshoe is bad luck? Just looking at that shell to me looks like upside down.
Well, that's the way it's designed.
I know that, no, I mean...
Yeah, maybe we take that and put it somewhere else.
Just these are the weird things you think about sometimes, right?
It's not that weird. I was about to turn it on. I'm glad I didn't because the water's on. I think that's everything. I mean, there's not a lot.
There really isn't. I mean, I've got 6 pages of notes here, but it's all simple stuff.
Yeah. The last task, moving everything out of the garage into our trucks and back home. I typically try to return as much as I can. The problem is we've had these lights so long now and mirrors that we're past our return policy time on most of it, and so we're just gonna have to eat it. This is real life. Like, this deal we got on Osterville was a good deal. Was it asking price? No, it was slightly under asking price. But at the end of the day, if I had to carry this thing to wait for another sale to happen, who knows if I would have sold it this fall. At first I was a little stubborn about this deal, but you know what? It's done. I can move on. I can sleep at night. I can move on to the next deal. And we're closing in 30 days. If my wife saw me doing this, she'd be mad because I break every single wine glass in our house. Okay, so the finish line is finally here. We're at the Antique Reno, and we have literally 3 days to wrap this place up. It might not look quite there, but it's actually pretty close. We've got the painters here. Jared's inside working on the punch list. I'm here, I'm gonna start working on the punch list. We got Frankie and Ricardo down below. They're working on the built-in for the mudroom. The one thing that is gonna hold us up is the weather. It's really nice right now, but in a couple days, we're supposed to get a ton of rain again, so we're holding off on the seed because we don't want it to wash out. So unfortunately, the front is gonna look like this for another week or so. We're gonna go in, check in with everybody, start hanging lights, start hanging toilet paper holders and towel holders. I clearly don't know what I'm doing here. Jim hates it when I hang his lights for him.
He's gonna get all angry at me. Make sure it works before I put it all together. Moment of truth. Hey, look at that, Jimmy. Can't yell at me, I didn't screw it up. Let's hope I don't burn the house down. If my wife saw me doing this, she'd be really mad because I break like every single wine glass in our house. Boom. We have light.
I didn't know that doubled as a light turner on her.
Yeah, it's a light
Pointer.
turn on her. On off.
What you doing here?
Trying to determine where this is gonna go. What do you think, there?
My only problem with that is wet towel hanging over the toilet paper. How about behind the door?
I was gonna put the toilet paper on the van.
It's a bit of a reach back there.
You think?
Yeah. You know there is a recommended by the National Kitchen and Bathroom Association. It's like 24 inches off the floor and 12 inches forward of the bowl, I think.
Really?
So it's like...
So it's like right here.
It's here, yeah.
Okay, so then we've just determined that this will go here,
Yep.
and then this.
I honestly think behind the door is your spot for that.
Okay,
Right?
done. All right, what are you working on now?
I am starting to just kind of work through the list. So I got that shelf in downstairs in our little refreshment zone, which has come together really nice. The brackets in. So in the family room here, we're gonna have a little beverage station. We're gonna have a little beverage fridge, little kind of storage area there, and we're gonna hang some glasses underneath this. And once I'm finished with that, you'll be able to store some cups up on top too. So keep hydrated.
All right, so we've got it built in.
It's almost done. We just gotta do the nickel board, all the inside, and then we'll set this up so you can see the nickel board all in the inside.
So now I gave Jera sizes of baskets.
Yes, correct.
And it looks like that's what this is, right?
Yep, that's the size right there.
So then you made that size basket fit in here.
Correct. We got half inch on each side.
Got it. And so now you'll put some sort of boom. Got it.
It's all done, ready to go.
Got it. So now that'll go on, and then what's happening on the side here? More nickel gap?
We also do a nickel gap. Yes.
Got it. So nickel gap is actually a type of shiplap, and the reason it's called nickel gap is that when they're together, they're designed to have exactly the thickness of a nickel. And so the nickel gap will go on the back side of the open area.
Yes, sir.
And then it'll go on the side of the actual unit.
Correct. And we're doing some crown in the top.
Awesome.
Another key finishing detail is picking out the right stain color.
So this is the color we've used for the front staircase. So on the front staircase, we have to do this on the oak handrail, right?
Yeah.
Because it has to match.
But it looks more red on that because of the old wood, I guess, mixed with the old stain or something. That looks really dark.
Just letting it soak in a little bit. We can
Oh yeah, there you go.
come back and take a little bit off it.
Let's bring it into the other room.
That is my initial feeling, is it's too dark. I thought we might be able to wipe a little more out of it and fade it a little bit, but...
I think one of the other options that we had in that bag was not as dark. Let's go look at it up front. See what it looks like up there. It looks good there. Especially if we just try not to over apply it and go thin with it.
Like wipe it.
Really stretch
Yeah.
it and then wipe it right away.
Yeah.
Because then you'll get a little more of the natural color out of it.
It looks very, like, regal is my...
Over here, I think it looks fine. Like this all looks good.
Yeah.
Let's just go over it with Bonnie and see what she thinks.
That way we can't be wrong. Right?
That is correct. Laundry rooms are important. I spend a ton of time doing laundry because I have 2 little kids.
I want to make eye contact with you when I'm talking to you.
This is that needs to be on the show. This stuff.
Now the cat's out of the bag. My secret's been exposed.
All right, so we're in the final couple weeks of our Squirrel Hill project. We got the guys back here working on the patios, which is such a nice sight to see.
The home stretch, it's always a very stressful part of the job, but it's also rewarding, right?
It's not stressful. I'm not stressed.
You're also good at hiding it, I guess.
As I email at 2 o'clock in the morning, it's
Yeah, what's stress?
what's stress? We're cruising along here. We've been, I don't know, what, 4 weeks since plaster, and we're getting close to wrapping. So
I mean, we checked the schedule, what, yesterday?
Yep.
We're feeling good about it. I'm feeling good about it.
I'm feeling good about
Positive thinking, positive
it.
thinking.
Positive thinking, we're good. So today, you got floor guys in there, we've got painters, we've got trim guys, we've got electricians, we've got plumbers.
It's a full house, but somehow everyone's working happily inside.
So we think. So I'm gonna get the laundry butcher block in today.
Okay.
25 days.
Let's go.
Today I am putting in the butcher block for the laundry. So I use butcher block a lot in the laundry. One, because it has like a nice warm tone to it instead of a cold stone. So I kind of like the idea of kind of warmer tones in a laundry room to make it feel inviting. I don't know about you guys, but I spend a ton of time doing laundry because I have 2 little kids. So to me, laundry rooms are really important. And so I use an island top, which is 36 inches wide by roughly 72 inches long. And the reason I do that is because today's front loaders are really deep, right? So we want to make sure we fit the whole front loader under. I got to cut our 2 cleats for the wall that we'll need, which you'll see upstairs. And then I'm going to cut the block to length. One thing you want to be aware of is that butcher block is a natural wood, right? So it's not like a stone countertop that you throw up and you leave there. So what you need to do is get it in place, and then usually as soon as paint's wrapped, I'll put a beeswax on it. And that'll give it a much kind of darker color to it. One thing to keep in mind, if you use beeswax on these, you do need to do it every once in a while, like I'd say once every year or 2, because it does dry out. So first step is to cut our 2 cleats. Two cleats are done. So now you'll notice this side has lettering on it. This side doesn't. And I want the left side to be finished and the right side to be against the wall, which is why I'm cutting this side off. In my laundry rooms, I always like to hide where all the piping is and the plugs. I don't like to see it up above the countertop. I like to make things complicated for the plumber, of course, and make him put it down low. We had it behind the unit, which makes no sense because once the units are in, you can't reach it if there's an emergency. So what we did was we had him put in this little knee wall over here so that if there's a problem, I can come in, I can reach in, shut the valves off. So the knee wall is gonna act as a support on this end, but we need to install ledgers to hold the countertop on the other 2 spots. So we've cut these pieces here, one for the back side, which we're gonna install. I need to mark the right side. We'll screw those in, and then Jared and I will carry up the top and put it in place. So the reason I'm marking that is I don't like the fact that when I walk in the room, I'm gonna see this end grain. So the stud is back here, so why not cut it back so that I don't actually see the cleat when I walk in. Typically would like case this with a small piece of trim to make it more decorative, but because it's so tight, because of the way the sink fit over there, we had to keep this on the tighter side, so we're gonna just leave it simple and exposed.
All right.
So you're gonna go in first.
Hey now.
Go, camera guy.
We're coming in hot.
To you.
Okay, so our butcher block is on. We're ready for the front load washer dryer. The guys can put the little trim piece on here before they wrap up. Jay's here. He's gonna get our sink put in, hopefully in the next couple days, and we're gonna cruise toward the finish line here. You have to think a lot about this because this beam is $1,200.
The living room fireplace is a key feature of Squirrel Hill.
Is this thing on?
Well, what do you think?
I mean, it's massive.
This has to be the biggest gas fireplace I've seen. That's true.
Oh, by far the biggest I've seen. Hang on. Let's flash forward and talk about what makes this fireplace so special. This fireplace is a full flame gas fireplace. So it looks just like an actual real fire. You don't have to worry about, allergies with wood or dust or any of that. It's a gas unit. You literally just hit one button on here and 2 minutes later, it's a full gas flame. I just love the fact that it's simple, it's clean, it looks good, it looks kind of rustic, but at the same time has a modern feel to it.
There's no clearance issues with the TV being...
Not that I'm aware of.
I don't believe that gets hot.
Yeah, your outlet will be up here somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, it looks like that.
Yeah, because the center of the TV will be about where my hand is. Good?
Good until it's not.
Good. Yeah, that works. The color matches.
I'm pretty positive that's what you had planned on doing, right? I mean, I'd love to make fun of you if you messed it up, but I don't think you did.
So then the question is, do we sacrifice both ends to put these center? Or do we have it off center to make sure we get a good chunk out of one side? You have to think a lot about this because this beam is $1,200.
We need to make sure the mantle and overall style are seriously impressive.
I think it looks fine. I think we're gonna fall victim of doing what we always do, and that's overthinking it. You know? Let's do this. Before we cut this, let's cut both of these to length.
All right. I'll be back.
I'm gonna chop up some 2x4s while you do that.
What do you think? An 8-foot TV? Yeah, 96 inches. Won't be too big.
You're like wicked smart, bro.
Wicked smart. Whoa, sucked it right in.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Looks pretty good.
I know we discussed putting tile down here. I triple checked the spec on this. It's a zero clearance, so you can't put anything 36 inches in front of it, but you can have a combustible floor
On the floor.
in front of it.
That's news to me. That's great. I love the look of just the wood. I think we just leave it the wood.
I think it's a little more seamless like that, right?
I mean, when we get the printed tile, we can lay it out and compare.
Yeah.
But for now, we just leave it, and then you and I can always cut this out. And then that goes well with all this.
I think it's just, yes, it's taking out one extra material, you know? It keeps it a little simpler, but
Yeah.
I think it completes the look like this.
Okay, so then decision made for now is to just leave the wood. Now, the one thing I do love is the egg crate. You know what I actually like about it the most is it gives us better airflow. Jimmy gets worried that the slotted ones like restrict the airflow. The egg crate doesn't, and I think it's unique. Like no one's really doing that.
Yeah.
Everything looks great. We're running out of time, but Squirrel Hill is really coming together.
Yeah. DJ, how did you get your drone stuck in a tree?
This guy's nuts. He's gonna climb it.